So actually, when I first joined, it was more of a distraction than a help. I felt like I was focusing a lot more on incorporating tech, automation, and a bunch of things. And what I've realized was that a lot of this is just a waste of time. And all I needed to do was focus on making more ads. And I think this advice likely is rings true for someone that is starting out an e-commerce brand. If you're thinking about like, hey, like how do we automate stuff or whatever, you're likely thinking about the wrong thing. What you need to do is you just got to make more ads first and then like scale your business a little bit. And then once you get up a little bit and then you start coming across problems where it's not just about getting more sales as the solution, then you think about like, okay, maybe we need like automation to solve that problem. But if you're feeling like sales is like the number one, like number two, number three, number four problem, then that's likely not the solution. But I think in my experience, I tried doing this, the automation side of things. It helped a lot, but only to a certain degree. Like I think what was helpful was just setting up the spreadsheets and having all like the spreadsheet logic for the operations down. But really, the nitty gritty coding stuff was more of a waste of time compared to being productive. But I think an asterisk on that with how AI is developing and everything, it's getting easier and easier to actually build these tools. Maybe the economics, the time to worth economics has been flipped a little bit. And that's what I'm currently exploring with my business and how to optimize it um, right now. So I don't know if that
Yeah.
answered your question,
No,
actually,
no,
but
definitely. No, that did for sure. I think that's really good advice for anyone that, let's say, has a bit of a technical background and is looking to get into e-commerce. I'm not even someone who's technical, and I can sometimes also get very into the nitty gritty about let's just run this automation through this, and then let's see what happens. But instead, you got to sell basically in the end. That's the main thing. So, I guess could maybe speak to some of the areas of the business currently that you're looking to implement AI, or you've already implemented AI?
yeah. So right now, a lot of the AI that we've implemented is more so geared towards the automation side of things. So we've created an internal app that can help us publish ads. It can help us with creating product, like generating scripts for our product tutorials and generating text tutorials, just optimizing like our product creation aspect, our inventory management, our production schedules, because we like run a factory essentially. So we have to schedule people to work on shifts, like what shifts to allocate, what sort of colors to mix. Like all of that is done through our internal app. And funny thing is, we used to run all of this on a spreadsheet. And then within 2 weeks, we have an internal app after learning about Claude Code. So shout out to my operations guy. He's like actually a wizard with Claude Code, and he's just been really building on the app. And then so that's more so on the operations side, more so on the marketing side. We've been actually creating a basically like using AI to help with like creating ad briefs and writing emails, and that's been super helpful for us. And we found like Claude Code to be a lot more useful compared to ChatGPT or using like the agentic stuff has been really helpful.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, I mean, try to Anthropic, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know.
But
It's crazy what they've done. Absolutely bonkers.
yeah, so are you using the same internal app for the production lines for marketing? Is it the same thing where everything's kind of like centralized or?
No, 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 it's not the same thing. I think we have our internal app is just our internal app. And then the like more so how I see it is like the internal app is like for deterministic or more deterministic operations where it's like, hey, like we need to create a production schedule or whatever. Whereas if you're writing an email, it's not like you can write code like a work tree on like how to write that email. It's gotta be AI going through it and writing something out, and then us like iterating with it and making it good and then publishing it is where our more like internal kind of what is that? We call it Claymoo OS. Our internal Claymoo operating system. OS means operating system. So our operating system lives, and then that's where the less what do you call that again? Less deterministic, more like our playground of just coming up with new things starts there. And then if it's something that like, hey, we want to make it so everyone can use it, then we put it into our intern.
Definitely. So, for example, let's say you're advising an e-commerce founder who's putting, let's say, 20, 30K a month. I guess what would your advice be for him or her with related to regards to AI? Does he look at AI? Or does he also look at seeing processes that he can automate or stuff that he can do? Or is it just that he or she's too small at that point?
I would say, I mean, depends if they're okay. So if there's a couple of things. Depends on their skill set as well. If there's someone that's like extremely technical, I would very much tell them to like play around with it a little bit more if they're not playing around with it at all. And if they aren't technical, then I would say use it only on your hardest problems. I wouldn't just like try and like make random automations here and there. I would say there is I strongly believe AI is good enough to do like write marketing briefs and do a bunch of basically whatever you need it to do. It likely can do. It's just that it needs the right information, maybe about your brand, and it needs the right information about like how you like doing things. Then if you can feed it that information, it can do it well. I would say play around with that, and yeah, that's basically it. I think it's 100% worth it to use it on your hardest part.
And especially if you're a smaller brand, I'm guessing although you don't want to create AI slop, it's probably a more cost effective way at times to kind of generate more UGC content for yourself and, yeah, just push out more creative, I guess, from that perspective.
Yeah, 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 and I think for us even, like, we've had a lot of I think more of our focus is, like, creating the actual briefs rather than the content itself. I think focusing on that aspect and then, what is it? Like, outsourcing the content creation rather than doing it ourselves has been really helpful. Just like creating like a load of briefs and then go like, okay, here's like 20 ads. Like then we ask our graphic designer, can you make these 20 ads? And then we go publish it. It's been a game changer for us, just kind of flipping it on like, hey, like maybe I mean, I'm sure there's ways we could use AI to like generate images and everything, but where the huge value add for us has been is just generating these briefs.